much shisa today, guys. It is so hot. Hi guys, hello and welcome to our fifth I think this is number 5, right? I don't know. 5th episode of hashtag Nonfiction Sundays. So it's super hot today. It's hot, but we gotta do this, right? This is 4B. Yes, it's episode 4B of hashtag Nonfiction Sundays. And thank you for being with me once again. Welcome. Welcome. I think this is gonna be a thing now. Welcome. Yeah, guys. So we are finishing up. Guys, this book, I felt after going through it again and rereading the parts that I've highlighted and stuff, I felt like this is a book that you don't just read and move on. This is a book that you have to savor when you're reading. You have to savor the book and you have to understand what it's saying in a way that you apply all the principles that are outlined in this book. So since we have already spoken about this book, this is not this video is not going to be long. Right. So guys, like today I'm feeling melancholy. New word. Today I'm feeling melancholy. I'm just it's just one of those days, you know. And after reading this book, I've allowed myself these days to do something I haven't done in a long time. I allowed myself to read a book, just spend the whole day reading a book and do nothing else. And I read it and finished it in one day. And I did that again today. I read a book from last night, and I fell asleep and then I woke up and continued reading that same book until I finished it earlier on today. And it's just those times when you want to go back to your comfort and you don't want to do the things that you've been trying to do. But that is not how we build habits. When you build habits, you have those days where you feel like, today I'm not doing this. But I vowed to myself that I'm going to try and go through and push and push and push. So yeah, that's where we're at. Now, Robert Kiyosaki's book is a very valuable book in the sense that, as I said last week, he has achieved the things that he's talking about. So his words are not just something he took out from the top of his head, but it's something that he has went through. And it's something that we can trust, right? And this book is more like a Bible than just a self-help book. When you go through your journey, you want to go back and read this book, you know, to see where you are compared to where you want to go. So it's a book like that. And I think it's so good that I told myself not to try and finish it in one go, because I wouldn't have been able to digest the whole concept that is held in this book. So yeah, and I'm still going to continue reading it. I'm still going to continue trying to understand and grasp all the concepts that are in this book. And I hope that in my journey of financial freedom, I hope that this book will play a huge role. So I was about to read the 7 steps last time we spoke, right? And I'm just going to read them out to you. You know what I got when I finished reading the 7 steps that he laid out to financial freedom? Is that it's simple things, you know, it's simple things that even it's just the things you would do if you were on a journey to self-discovery or financial freedom in my case. So it's so practical that you when you read it, you want to take a step back and be like, wow, so this is what I should have been doing the whole time, you see. So step number 1 says mind your business. Right? Yeah, step number 1 says mind your business. So instead of doing everything that will help other people to get better, mind your business. do something that will help you reach your goal, right? Because that quote that I shared with you last week that says that money begets success, you have to find your goal, follow it, and then money will come to you. That's what I'm trying to understand. I'm trying to understand all these concepts that rich people, hey, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. So step 2 says, take control of your cash flow. Don't overspend. Live within your means. How do you pronounce means? Anyway, step 3 says, know the difference between risk and risky, which is very important because from Robert Kiyosaki's view, in order to be rich, to be like Bill Gates rich, you have to be an investor. That's the quadrant that I am heading towards, investor. So then you have to know the difference between risk and risky, and don't shy away from challenges that you might face. And then he says, decide what kind of investor you want to be, because in the book he talks about different kind of investors, and then you have to decide which level you want to be. And then step 5 says, seek mentors, which is really, really important. And he outlines that your mentor should not just be somebody who has studied what they're talking about, but it has to be somebody who has walked the journey that you want to walk, right? And then step 6 says, make disappointment your strength, right? So that is something that I struggle with. I struggle with dealing with disappointments and dealing with outcomes that are different from what I had envisioned. It all comes down to emotional intelligence, which is something that I'm still trying to learn. When you're emotional intelligent, being able to manage your emotions and think with your intellect. It's a lot, but we're going to get there slowly but surely. And then number 7 talks about the power of faith, which is the last step. Yeah, you have to believe in yourself, believe in your dreams so you can get there, right? So I had already started reading Think and Grow Rich. Anywho, so I'd started reading it, and I believe it is part of the reason why I'm feeling so melancholy. Right? This book, these books that I'm reading these days are not just non-fiction self-help books. They're lifestyles. It's you trying to change the way you think. Guys, it's think. I think think is a real word. It's you trying to change the way you think for the whole of your life and trying to get into these new ways of thinking. I always said thinking. Okay, it's you getting rid of the way you thought before and then getting into these new thought patterns. It's not an easy thing to do. It's not at all. It's not an easy thing to do, and it requires you to have strength of mind, which is something I did not have. So yeah, it's proving a lot difficult, but I would really recommend that you guys pick up this book and read it. And that is when you're ready to change the course of your life. Pick up this book and read it, and try to the best of your ability to follow the things that he says, because they are very important. Yes. And have faith in your dreams and have faith in your goals. Yeah, and that's all I have today, theoretically speaking. Personally, I was going to record 2 videos today. I'm going to record this one and record next week's video, but I'm not feeling too good. And I don't want to have this melancholism on more than one video. Right. So I'm going to leave it at this. I'll record next week's video next week. My English today is doing the things. I'm English, you guys. I can't English properly. Anywho, guys, I love you. Thank you. I feel this is a lifeline for me. You guys won't understand how much of a lifeline this is. Talking like this, even if it's at this point it sounds like I'm talking to myself, it is a way of coping, a And it's the easiest way I could think of to teach me how to be consistent in my goals and my dreams. Consistency is something I also struggle with. See, there's a lot of those things I struggle with. But I'm happy and I'm proud of myself that I'm not just sitting down, but I'm doing something to learn different ways of doing things and to turn my weaknesses into strengths. Yeah, baby. So that's it. So that's it for this week, and I will see you guys next week, where we will be talking about Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. This book was written a long time ago, and it is priceless. And I know I've read it before, but I'm reading it now with a different mindset. So I know that it's going to change my life, change my thinking ways, at least, right? If not my life. Yeah, so I wanted to keep this video short. You people, thank you for coming in. I don't know what that accent is, but yeah, guys, thank you so much for tuning in, and thank you for everyone who's been with me since the beginning. I know my friends are with me. Thank you to both of you, and to all of you for being with me. Yeah, we're still going far. I'm gonna look back one day and be like, yo, I remember those days when I had to put down a mat when I was doing a video. If you could see how my phone is balanced right now, you would laugh your ears off. But I'm good, man. I'm happy. You know, even though I'm feeling as melancholy as I'm feeling today, and there's a happiness that is deep inside of me that I feel every day. And it's a bursting of emotions that is so beautiful. And that inner happiness, that feeling of inner contentment is the most beautiful thing I've ever experienced in my life. And experiencing it from day to day, that is just crazy, you know. It shows that we're going somewhere this time. I've tried many times to change my ways, but this time I feel like we're going somewhere. And it's partly because of these videos that I do every week. It forces me to read, so I have content for the videos, but also it forces me to read, you know, because reading changes the way you think, it changes the way you see the world. So life is beautiful, life is great, melancholy or not, we are going far. Far is where we're going. I love you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. I will see you next week.
Well, I'm a bacala,